You already know it's your boy, the Maniac, and you already know why I'm here. I'm here to talk that post-fight, that Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor 3 post-fight, that Edgar Berlanga versus Hamzah Sheeraz post-fight. And man, oh man. But before I do, you already know why I'm repping that Four Corners Boxing, baby, and the Boxing Roundtable. Make sure you go like, share, subscribe to both channels. Now, with that being said, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. First of all, this weekend in New York City was on fire. It was on fire. It was on fire. First of all, shout to MVP Promotions on Friday in the Garden. First time an all-women's boxing card in the Garden. Not in history. Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall did that. This is the second all-women's card, no matter where. But in the Garden was the first time. Now look, there's a lot to talk about, so I'm not going to go through the whole card. I'm going to get right to the main event. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano 3. First two fights, phenomenal fights. First fight could have gone either way. I'm okay with Katie Taylor getting the nod. Some say Amanda got robbed. I wouldn't go that far. It could have gone either way. You said Amanda won. I'm not mad at you. The second fight, to me, absolutely, Amanda won that fight. I don't think it was highway robbery, but it was a robbery in a way, man, because Amanda did everything. She was the aggressor, landed the more punches, the cleaner punches, and she dictated the fight. How the fuck she don't get the motherfucking decision? That shit is beyond me. The third fight, now look, man, I'm going to say this. Why? Why box with a boxer, Amanda? You're a fighter. You're more of a puncher. Now, Amanda could box, don't get me wrong. Not saying she ain't skilled, but you could do it in spots. You could outbox in spots. But to do it for an entirety of the 10 rounds, nah, bad game planning. And Amanda, it looked like a sparring session. It was a very subpar fight, minimal action. And Katie Taylor did what she did. Not that she did much herself. Fought on her back foot, jab. She countered Amanda coming in. And that's what it was. She did what she does. Amanda tried to do something she doesn't do. And it caused her to fight, man. That's 3 wins for Katie Taylor. At the end of the day, no matter how we feel about the first 2, it's over. It's done with. Close this chapter. Shout to Katie Taylor, man. You know, she signed up 3 times for this fight. Oh, you want the second one? You want the third? Let's do it. That's it. She closed the book. No need for a 4th fight. Amanda, shout to you. You one of the greatest female fighters of all time. You got busy, boo. You got busy your whole career. You undisputed champion, the only Puerto Rican fighter, male or female, to do so. You got absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. But this chapter, Katie Taylor's done. Where does Amanda go from here? I don't know. To me, I wouldn't say retire right away. Get another fight or 2, then call it a day. Get to the business side, get into promotion. I think Amanda's career is bright as far as the business side and promoting women's boxing and taking it to the next level. So shout to her and shout to everybody. Shout to Shadeja Green for beating Savannah Marshall. Shout to Ellie Scottney for beating Yamileth Mercado. And shout to Alicia, the Baumgartner, for beating Jennifer Miranda. So what a night at the Garden, fire. Then yesterday, woo! Louis Armstrong Stadium over in Queens. We had Hamzah Sheeraz versus Edgar Berlanga, the main event. Ay, ay, ay. Bing, 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 ding. Listen, don't get me wrong. You know me. I keep it a stack. I'm a real one. I said this is a 50-50, but I felt that Berlanga was going to edge it by decision based on how Hamzah looked in his last fight. But Hamzah looked like he looked before the Adames fight. He let his hands go. He used his range. And he used combinations beautifully. Man, those uppercuts, Berlanga had absolutely no answer for them. And Hamzah did what he had to do. You use your height, man. Keep him at range. Berlanga's jab was looking okay early. But Hamzah was just stronger fighter. Berlanga couldn't handle that power. And it was just an ugly performance on Berlanga's part. Hamzah cooked his ass. Simple as that. Cooked his ass. Berlanga, what's next for you? Listen, man, I'm going to be honest. I really don't care. You know, I mean, I respect him as a fighter. I respect him. He from the mud. But it's a gimmick, guys. We got to call it like it is. He's been a gimmick. He's in that hip-hop crowd. He does a lot of this. And then you celebrating going to decision with Canelo? Come on, man. What Puerto Rican fighter you ever heard talk celebrating going a distance with another fighter? And I blame a lot of y'all. Yo, but he went 12 rounds with Canelo, bro. I don't give a fuck if he went 80 rounds with him. You lost the fight. You got dominated. Now, if it was competitive and he won 4 or 5 rounds, then it's like, yo, okay. But he didn't do shit. But just go 12 rounds. And that's what we doing now? This is a generation of boxing we living in? Celebrating going 12 rounds and losing? Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, shout to Hamzah. You just have punched your ticket to the Canelo fight. He will be fighting Canelo next year. 100% is going to happen. I don't care what anybody say. Turkey is going to let it happen. Make it happen. So that's that. Berlanga, back to the drawing board. Stay away from social media because they frying your ass. Fry, fry, fry. The co-main event. We had Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda. Good fight. Shakur stood in the pocket all night for this one. Zepeda was touching him up, don't get me wrong, but that's going to happen when you standing there. But Shakur just too athletic, too skilled, too fast. And that was that, man. He just, you know, he did what he did. Shout to Shakur, man. He won the fight. Let's see what's next for him. He needs to fight an elite fighter next. I don't want to see none of these tailor-made fighters, these come forward, very limited fighters, man. Fight somebody that we know is like, okay, let's see. Turkey, make it happen. Throw the bag. I don't care. I just don't want to see these kind of fights. Before that, we had Subriel Matias versus Alberto Puello, Puerto Rico versus Dominican. Now, you know in baseball, this is one hell of a rivalry, but in boxing, not really. Did last night start the beginning of a rivalry? Look, man, what a fight by both fighters. Two warriors. Alberto Puello, goodness gracious, he's a tough M-ucker, bro. Because Subriel from round one put that pressure and did not stop. And on top of that, I picked Puello. I picked Puello to win this fight. And one thing is because Subriel don't let his hands go, but he did let his hands go. And he cut off the ring well. So those two things helped him win the fight. Pressure and volume. Pressure and volume. But Puello fought a hell of a fight. If you tell me you have Puello winning, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. There were a lot of close rounds where both fighters just did the bare minimum. So who you give the round to? But I guess that pressure, that ring generalship dictating the fight on Subriel's part, you got to give it to him. So shout to Subriel. He brings another title to Puerto Rico. But also shout to Puello. Got nothing to be ashamed of. And I'm 100% feel that Puello will be world champion again, without a doubt, man. The dude is a hell of a fighter, hell of a warrior, two humble guys. Shout to both. What a fight that was. And then we had the opener, man. We had David Morrell Jr. versus Imam Katayev from Russia, a guy who popped for a banned substance, and they still let the fight go on. And early on, Morrell wasn't looking good. Katayev was bringing it to him. Morrell want to stand in front of a puncher. You never stand in front of a puncher. Just move. You also got that Cuban school in you. Use that shit, man. What the fuck we doing? What we doing? Want to stand in front of him. That's all you got dropped. But nonetheless, Morrell finished strong and ended up winning the fight. He neglected that body. Don't neglect the body. Foreplay, baby. Foreplay. There was no foreplay in this one. He wanted to go straight in. Nah, homie, that's not how you do it. But he dogged his way to a win. I shout to him. And Katayev, you dirty, homie. You be taking that shit. Fuck out of here. But what a weekend of fight. New York City, my city. Oh, yeah, you see it. We did it. Next weekend, more fights. Can't wait. Be on the lookout for those previews. It's your boy, the Maniac, and I'm out. One.